What's up, YouTube? I'm back again, and it's October. So time to do some scary videos about Disney. So today I'm gonna read you a couple creepypastas. If you know what creepypastas are, they are scary videos. They are scary stories. Hold on. They are scary stories that aren't true. And there's a few plot holes in a lot of these stories from Disney that you can tell they're not true, but they're just fun little creepy stories. A lot of times these creepypastas are about everything. Disney World, video games, this and that. You watch this movie, you'll die, kind of, just horror stories that people make up and put on things like Reddit and things like that. So I'm gonna read you a couple Disney creepypastas today. I'm gonna start off with my favorite. Let's go. I now have merchandise designed by me for you. Awesome, cool designs like this Spider-Man Bear Rabbit, like this Mighty Ducks Darkwing Duck, and then my logo. But keep hitting the link down below to keep an eye out for new designs. New designs are coming. And if you have a design that you would like to see, or maybe I can work something out and make a cool design, comment down below and hit that link. It will really help. Now let's get back to the video. This one's called Why I'll Never Work Security at Disney World Again. I work in security at Disney World, the happiest place on earth. Typically, I wouldn't say where. I work as obviously there are some pretty strict rules about things employees can't put online. But I just don't think I could tell this properly without that context. And honestly, I think this may be, for me anyway, this job. I think this may be it for me anyway, this job. I can't see myself working here any longer now. I've been with the company for 23 years. The first 20 years I worked in parks, nabbing shoplifters and rounding up people who were drinking too much for their heat. Occasionally there'd be a fight break up, but people usually kept it pretty mild. The heat and walking were getting too much for me for the last few years, and I asked to be transferred somewhere with air conditioning, and the company moved me to one of their resorts. While the working conditions were 110% as far as climate and comfort go, the great issues were trickery, mainly domestic. I guess the expensive and stress of vacation got to a lot of people, and I'd be called by neighboring rooms because some mom and dad were yelling at each other. I tried to suggest they take a nap or go to do separate activities for a bit, and that would usually calm them down. But none of that is what I'm here for. I've got to get this out while I have time. 3 days ago, I got a call from management. Apparently, a couple of days before that, housekeeping had gone to a room that should have been turned over that day. Turned over is when one guest leaves by about 11 a.m. The next guest checks in around 3 p.m. and all the guest items were still in the room. Housekeeping made a note and moved it on. But during the next 2 days, when they entered the room, everything was still untouched. I wanted to go check it out. Sure enough, there was an empty room full of luggage, clothes, snacks, some toys, everything a family would need for vacation. The manager had already looked up the previous reservations, and it was for a family: dad, mom, and 2 little kids. I tried to call the phone numbers they had given, but all I got was a voicemail. We were a bit stumped, so I made the call the housekeeper could clean the room and take the family's personal items to be held until we could get in contact with someone. I went digging into reservations more. The family had arrived 5 days before housekeeping discovered all of their stuff. I found that the family had paid for parking fee, and the vehicle description was listed. A quick walk out to the parking lot, and then I easily located the vehicle. So that I ruled out the car accident or them deciding to just leave all their stuff behind. Next, I saw that they bought a dining plan. This is when the guest prepays for all their food. They've given a certain number of credits to use for meals. This family had used 3 credits. The last one was 2 days after they checked in. It appeared that the day they arrived, they got here late and probably just stayed at the resort. The next day, they used 2 credits at Epcot. The second part of the day, they used just 1 credit at Magic Kingdom, and it was at breakfast time. Now at Disney, we have something called magic bands. Magic bands are worn by guests and act as a room key: park ticket, credit card, dining reservation, payment, fast pass, a system used to bypass the lines, and more. It took some work, but I was finally able to look up this family's fast passes history. The day I went to Magic Kingdom, they had a breakfast at the resort, at the restaurant in the park, rode a couple of rides, and then rode the last ride into Small World around 11 a.m. Then nothing. Finally, it was time to bring in someone else on this. I called an old co-worker at Magic Kingdom and asked if he'd pull up security footage from It's a Small World at the time that they wrote it, and I made my way over there. When I got there, my friend was very confused, almost distraught. Looking, he showed me what he found. There's usually a camera in the direction of the ride loads and unloads. The footage showed them scanning the bands to use FastPass for the ride and boarding the ride. The footage from the exit of the ride just showed the other people in their car. Exciting. They weren't there. Of course, we thought the worst. Maybe one of the kids had fallen out, mom and dad, and the other kid got off in the middle of the ride and they had to help. They got injured or killed or stuck in machinery somewhere. So we shut down the ride. Middle of the damn day, turned off that earworm music and turned up the lights. My buddy and I walked that ride 3 times before we called in help. Eventually, there was close to 10 cast members searching, and we didn't find shit except for 3 cell phones and a hat. I was right stumped. I've kept digging in the past couple of days, and I'm not sure who to tell what I found next. I've called the police, and I suppose they're on their way, but the company has a way of covering up things like this, and I decided I can't live myself. I don't put out some type of warning. I kept digging into the reservation, and over the last couple of days and today, I noticed they had purchased Memory Maker. There are photographers all over the parks and cameras in a lot of the rides. With Memory Maker, these photos are all free. They automatically get added to your Guest Disney's account when the system knows the picture has been taken, and the system always knows. Everyone's whereabouts are always known with the magic bands. Well, I opened the Memory Maker photo album, and I swear there are 732 pictures. The first 30 are pretty normal. Epcot, a few rides in front of the castle, but the rest are all in Small World. The ride only takes one picture per go around. So it appears though this family has ridden this ride over 700 times. The first picture was pretty normal. Everyone looked happy. It was a busy day and we all had full car guests. The next one, it was rough to look at. The car is empty, except for this little family. And they look so darn confused. The next 10 to 15, I can see the dad getting angry, yelling. Mom is holding on to her two kids like her life depends on it. And you can see the kids getting increasingly upset, crying, and it goes on and on and on. After 50 or so, it looks like they're just trying to get out. In one, the dad is missing. In the other, they're all gone. Maybe they like bailed early in the ride and they tried to walk out. But in the very next one, they're all right back in the damn car. After around 4:50 or so, I see Mom and the kids. It's just when I took a closer, I can see Dad. Maybe just his body now, slumped down in other seats. Since about 6:75, there's just Mom and one kid, another body, and another seat. The mom and the kid aren't moving anymore. I think they're still alive, just damn near catatonic, looking straight ahead and pale. And y'all, I swear on my life, the dolls are moving or something. In some of these pictures, I can tell they aren't where they should be. I even saw with one, a doll in the car with the family. I can't look anymore. I'm going to lose my lunch. I closed the album. The file size has increased since I closed it. God, are there new pictures being added? I see on security cameras that the local police department just arrived, so they'll take over soon. I wish I knew what was going on. I also wish this damn thing had never landed in my lap. I don't think I'll be able to update this. After I talk to the police, I think I'm going to walk out of here and never come back. I just wanted to get this out there before Disney feeds media some lies to cover up the reason behind why a whole family vanished. Because they didn't vanish. I know exactly where they are. That's going to do it for this one. I'll read another creepypasta and another video for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe button. Check out this playlist here, which is all my October videos. And check out that video over there. See you guys next time.